Seems like you kind of stepped in quite a few times and were able to, calm a lot of situations, man. But, you're best known, well, I don't know why to say best known, but you're very well known for your situation with Suge Knight. What all happened with that situation?
We're going to go down that lane again, huh? Well, I'm gonna make quick, short, and fast, man. The bottom line is this, man. The world in which know this man as to be the most feared man in hip-hop. I'm gonna say it again, hip-hop. They didn't say the most feared man in the world, the most feared man in Los Angeles. He said the most feared in hip-hop. And that's where you in TV land got it misconstrued and twisted at. Now here I come along. I'm 5'12", 6 feet, 200. Suge got me by 100 pounds, 125, 130 if that. Shit don't mean nothing to me where I come from. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. So I come from an era and turf where giants don't mean shit to us, bro. Feel me? That 6'6" and 390 pounds don't mean a motherfucking thing to a real individual out these streets, bro. So for us, we didn't fear Suge. We didn't know no motherfucking Suge. So what the fuck was we supposed to be in fear of? A Simon, and we didn't even know him. And even if we did know him, we wouldn't be in fear of him. So, unfortunately, my first encounter with him and how I met him in my introduction, and then we went on to become friends, business partners, and homies for the past 20-something years right now today. Ironically, we met on a negative level, bro. I myself, two of my homies, were put in a situation, you feel me, where, you know what I mean, the story got it, as they say, the story, you can't extort the story, man. You feel me? You can't do it from a nigga who does it his best. So what happened was, and what TV land don't realize is, Simon was put in a position on a couple of occasions in Los Angeles with a few real individuals out here in the streets where he met his match. And he had to find out that, all these cats I got running with me can't stop everything and everybody like I'm thinking they can, or like I thought they could. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning that not taking nothing from the homies, nothing from the Power Rules. Them was my homeboy, all of them was the homies. We allied, we grew up together. But here's was the thing, what the world seemed to not understand and having a memory loss on. When it come down to Nickerson Gardens, them bounty hunters, we were the hub of Bloods, homie. We are the hub of Bloods. We were the umbrella, homie. So when it came down to us, it ain't no such thing as, individuals gonna run over us, or they gonna run over the project niggas. They gonna beat us up or beat us down, or we inferior. If anything, niggas was inferior of us. They had a problem with us being around, or too many of us, they know it was a problem. So I found myself in a situation. I was summoned to a meeting by some more OGs, West Side and East Side. I sit down at a round table, and I was told that this is someone I need to shed light upon. This is what he's doing. This is where he's headed. Okay. And so from that point on, I established a situation with my homie Rat Dog, rest in peace, me and Rat Dog, me and my little homie, Top Dog, and we established our own company called RB&D. I put the company together. I went and had everything incorporated. I did the whole package, everything. And so we established ourselves, RB&D, Rat, BJ, and Dude. So we took that production company and we utilized that production company. In the midst of it is how we got our $500,000 up out of it. Feel me? I just didn't take $500,000 from Simon like the internet tried to word it and change shit around. We didn't just take $500,000 cash or go in the office and bust the nigga upside his head and take $500,000 cash, which if it came down to it, if we had to, it went like a nigga wouldn't, but it didn't come down to that aspect, and we didn't have to do it like that. We did it all based on from business, and it was all in paperwork, in writing. Suge cut me a check, legitimately, slid it to me and said, the only reason why I'm cutting this check is because of BJ, and slid it straight to me. Rat Dog sitting here, Top sitting right there. Got the check, we left Death Row, got on the elevator together, smiled, grinned, laughed, clowned the shit out of each other, said it's on. Now all we gotta do is stay on our shit and get this release date and get this album done on our artist, our new group called Swang that I went and recruited from off of Jefferson. I recruited an R&B group, which was my first group in the business. I recruited this group. It was 3 brothers, 1 cat out of Chicago and 2 of them was from Los Angeles. And they sang their ass off. I'm talking about was blowing KC and JoJo and them ass out the water. So when I took them to Death Row, they would have been the future. So what we did, we turned around, we paid Uncle Mike a substantial amount of money to produce on the album. So Vince and Teddy Riley was our main 2 producers and engineer on our album called Swang. So we produced 1 video, we produced a single. Our single was called Freaking You. And then once we did that, I got shot up. I was in the element, I got hit with a K at the time, so I was back and forth. I was in a wheelchair at that time for about 5 years. And then we kind of dispersed and departed in different ways because my interest was for film. My interest was really based on film now, so I was taking a lot of my money and facilitated the film. Top started building on TDE, and Rat Dog invested into a couple of barbershops and started investing into shops, and then he was searching for an artist for him to manage. So we basically kind of just broke off and started doing our own things, our own entities. We all always still homies though, but we just, for us, our businesses, we decided just, and that was only because we had started running into the bullshit industry politics that we wasn't aware of at the time. So I was hands-on learning a lot of shit. I hands-on learned, but I learned fast. And so that kind of, and when Simon seen that, it's coming from in-house, from us and from the other side and the individuals we involved with as far as the producers and the engineers, and that we were having in-house problems. Now he backed up, and it gave him an opportunity, basically, to take pressure off of him to be a backup from giving us an actual release date now. Because my whole goal was stay on his ass now, get us a release date. Once we get a release date on Death Row, we got an album that's actually released and it's out on Death Row, we can eat for the rest of our life now on Death Row. We ain't gotta worry about nothing. We can do our thing. But the whole thing is to get this album released. Then during this time, my little homeboys, OFTB and them was signed to Death Row. Young Soldiers and them came, they got signed as well. So, see, people didn't understand he was getting hit in different angles from real street ninjas from the streets, bro. Lil Stretch wasn't no pussy. Big Y wasn't no pussy. Lil Dog and them wasn't no pussy, little young rappers. They was young, but they wasn't no punks. They was young, real gangbangers out the streets. You feel what I'm saying? So when they went to Death Row, them niggas was young riders over there, real gangbangers. Everything over there at the road was gangbangers or gang members, from the artists on down to the security to the damn employees. At some point, had some form of gang member, gang banging, or some affiliation involved in them. You know what I mean? That's just the way it was structured. So my situation came about just as I said on hand. That $500,000 that we got out of Simon, we got from a production deal based on our group, RB&D Productions. And we had to take it up a notch and push that situation up a notch because in the beginning, he kind of bullshitted on us. So this is where the segment you heard the rumors about him getting caught up in Nixon Gardens. That was me. Motherfuckers on this internet got it twisted. They got brain damage now. Niggas on here with fucking and while I'm on here, let me say this to this fucking ninja, Reggie Wright, man. I didn't want to say your name. I didn't want to come on this internet, even mention you. As you notice, you done mentioned my name, fool, 6 or 7 times, homeboy. And you don't know me, motherfucker. You know of me, but you don't know me personally. I don't play them games, Reggie. Police ass nigga, I don't play none of them games. Keep my name out your mouth, homeboy, because you don't know me. You wasn't at my gym in the Nixon Garden when we did what we did to Suge, fool. You feel me? You better go ask them Rules that was around and ask them niggas Any one of them niggas got a memory loss. Any of them, CJ and Bob Gotti wasn't even around. You talking about some Bob Gotti. And Bob, you know me, homeboy. Personally know me. You know I don't play them games, Bob. So I don't get on this internet to lie or boast or brag, man. I'm sharing my livelihood with society and with TV land. And what I say, I stand on, straight up. What happened in the Nixon Garden with Suge was me and Bonnie Hunter Rat Dog. It was me and Bonnie Hunter Rat Dog thing, and that's what it was. Period. Point blank, bottom line. And if Rick James was around, Rick James anywhere, Rick see an interview or hear an interview, and Rick was there, Rick could turn it all around and tell all you niggas is lies and know your lies, man. Because Rick James was the one that busted in the bathroom and got the door open.